Why is it that speed triples make people do silly things? Like burnouts, for instance. It's all so unnecessary. But what do you expect when you see a bike like this? With these bug-eyed headlights, it looks like something from Mad Max. So isn't it a bike that's something about being mad? No, not really. But fun with attitude? Yes. The Speed Triple comes alive in your hands. A brilliant triple motor, a taut frame and a commanding riding position puts you well and truly in charge. In charge of what? Well, first off, it is back to those headlights, because personally I've never liked them since they were first introduced on the 509, which is now 3 years ago, back in '96. To me, it looks like a Daytona that's been crashed and they haven't yet put the fairing back on it. Now, the rest of it really looks the business. I think it's a fantastic looking bike. And it all starts off with the front end here, these massive front forks, and these are adjustable for compression, preload and rebound damping. Triumph are famous for their front brakes, 320mm discs, 4-pot calipers, and it really is a one-finger's job. You can just stop it on nothing, really. Brilliant stuff. But also down there is a very titchy front guard, which is a shame because that really dishes the dirt over the engine. And it doesn't deserve it because it's an absolutely cracking motor. It's up 70 cc's on the old T509, hence the 955 classification shared with the new Daytona. But it's been retuned to give you more torque than the Daytona at the expense of a little top end. Mind you, you still end up with 108 very wild horses. And keeping all these horses in harness, as it were, is this sexy oval tube frame, familiar to all, shared with the 595. Also shared with the 595, the massive single-sided swinging arm. Again, rear suspension fully adjustable for compression, preload and rebound damping. Up here, plastic petrol tank, again common to the 595. But up the front here, even though the instruments are the same as on the 595, absolutely identical, the handlebars are bolted to the top yokes, look almost retro. Nothing special there, standard controls, front brake lever adjustable for span. Clutch lever isn't because it's cable operated, so only adjustment there you've got is cable, not for span. Mind you, on the road you might find you need that adjustable suspension because it's pretty firm and some might want to soften it up a bit, but the road holding and handling are nevertheless superb. It's a real together feel. It tracks well and the riding position inspires confidence. You really do feel in control. The bars are slightly higher than the old 509, all the better to hang on to, me dear, but still tip you slightly forward into the wind blast, which on a naked bike you really notice. At low speed you might not notice the wind, but you will notice quite a wide turning circle. Strange that. And talking of turning, let's turn to the engine. 3 cylinders, as you know, the famous triple, but on this one they've actually altered the fuel injection system, they've changed the cams and they've altered the engine management system, all to give that extra torque in the mid-range. With this one, you've also got a very nice aftermarket pipe. Not strictly aftermarket because it is Triumph's, but it'll cost you £368. Even the cows approve, as you can hear, but that gives you this extra rounded sound, making it very, very sweet. And what does all this mean? The 108 brake is down against the 130 of the Daytona, but this is where it scores. You get a juicy 72 foot-pounds of torque at just 6,000 revs, making it a pleasure to play around on the throttle. It gives you instant go no matter which of the 6 gears you're in, but snick it down a cog or two for the full surround sound. It's not noisy, it just howls like all triples do. It's wonderful, in fact it's spine-tinglingly wonderful. At £7,649 list, it'll cost you more than a monster or a bandit, but that's what it is, a monster ready to rob you of all your sanity. You don't have to be a hooligan to ride it, it's a good all-round tool, but there's something about the beast that's very, very appealing. Now where's my combat gear?